Good afternoon, viewers. This is Edo State Drug Control Committee half hour called Discussions. We are here this afternoon to look at issues of drug abuse, especially as it affiliates our children in the school. I have some very special guests in the studio, and we're also expecting mothers and fathers to join us. As we always tell you, it is discussions. We don't expect discussions to end in the studio. When you finish at the studio, let the discussion continue about the issue of drug abuse and its adverse effect on us. My name is J. Ewe Osifo. Welcome. I have in the studio here students, still serving students, and ex-students, because the State Drug Control Committee works with those students that are still in school, and we also work with those that are outside school. I have with me two beautiful young ladies, Ms. Oyikwari, Faith, from Baptist High School. Faith, welcome to this program.
Thanks, sir.
And I also have with me God's Choice. This is a very special name. God's Choice, also from Baptist High School. God's Choice, welcome to this program. I also have with me an ex-student of Western Boys High School, Master Courage of Jassy. Courage of Jassy, welcome to this program.
Thank you very much.
One of the things that the State Drug Control Committee is doing in our schools is to ensure that there is a drug-free club in every secondary school in Edo State, whether public or private. Courage, you've been a student, and you were also the president of Drug-Free Club in your school. In this first place, what motivates you to join Drug-Free Club?
Good day, listeners. Thank you, sir, for that question you asked me. At first, when I entered SS1, I started seeing my senior students who were arrogant, who never wanted to listen to teachers, who were always outside the classrooms. So I thought of a way, what's actually happening? What makes these people behave the way they do? So on my findings, I discovered that most of them were on drugs, which do affect them mentally. And when you see them, they don't behave like normal students.
Let me pause you a little. When was the first time you heard about drug abuse?
I heard about drug abuse when I was in GS3. A group of people came to my school and...
Now, Faith, you have one of the most effective drug-free clubs in Edo State. Why is your drug-free club so important? Why is it so effective? What did you do?
Because we're really strict we're really focused on how to shun drug abuse in our school. We want to make sure that there is no room for drug abuse in our school. That's why we have made our club very effective in our school.
God Choice, you are the vice president, Drug-Free Club, DHS. There are other clubs in the school. Did you see Drug-Free Club as a spa club, and why?
Actually, when I heard about Drug-Free Club, it was that it was about to help you to stop drugs abuse from school. I was interested because helping youth is also helping the society. Once youth are taught on how to stop drugs abuse, or how to abuse drugs, they will be able to help the society.
Now, I want to come back to the corridor. Because when we started the work on drug-free clubs, the Edo State Drug Control Committee has in mind that after school, we should also take care of students after school. Really, this drug-free club discipline?
It disciplined me in many ways. In terms of the way
what are the common drugs you feel is available, or you have seen by yourself physically? I'm not talking about just hearsay.
I've seen some students, they call this one, they say, like one is recent now, they call it shisha. It's common among young boys. They say they're smoking flavored steam, but when I actually researched about it, it's called it's flavored tobacco. Yes, that one. And there's this one, caffeine. Some students, they abuse it unknowingly. That's drinking too much coffee because they want to stay awake at night to read.
This brings me to this particular point. Do you need to stay awake in the night to read? Ghost.
No, I'm not actually sure you want to stay awake. You just read to the extent you know that you can read to. Once you read to that extent, you don't have to take anything to make you sleep. You just read.
Tell the student, what is drug abuse?
Drug abuse is the excess taking. Drug abuse is the excess taking of drugs into your body without the prescription of the doctor.
Sir, do you know the difference between drug abuse and drug misuse?
Yes.
The student want to know.
Okay, drug abuse. This is when a person knows the effects of these drugs, but the person continues taking them, and then drug misuse is when you are not being when drugs are not prescribed for you by the doctor, and you end up taking them. Thank you.
To strengthen your point of discussion, drug misuse is actually either you are overdosing or you are underdosing drugs. Please, student, be warned. If a drug is not prescribed for you by a doctor, a medical personnel, a pharmacist, qualified nurse, don't go there. Now, Faith, how many members do you have in your drug-free club?
We have about 60.
When do you have meetings?
We hold our meeting every Thursday.
Who is the person teaching, lecturing in your club?
Our coordinator is part of it, while we take turns as students, as escorts, to also brief the students about it.
Now, what will you tell your parents at home concerning the issue of drug abuse?
What I'll tell them? I'll tell them to also shun drug abuse, and anywhere they see, I'll tell them ways that they can deal with it.
Now, Coach, is there any medication for children against drug abuse?
I'm not actually sure, but it's just for them to stay away from the drugs. Like,
Yeah, we expected parents. We actually invited the father and the mother, and they just called before we entered the studio that they are yet on the way. A question I would have loved to pose to them, I want to pose it to our children while we are still waiting. Have you read, have you heard whether there's any legal basis on that tune to protect children, students against drug abuse? Courage.
No, I only heard about the youth. Thank God for the state government with our mother, Ms. Bexy Obaseki, who is in front line in the zero tolerance against drug abuse.
Zero tolerance against drug abuse. As far as the state government is concerned, Godwin Obaseki, His Excellency, and the wife, and the State Executive Council, they want us to experience zero tolerance against drug abuse in all our schools. In all our schools. There is something I want to ask. Now, when immediately after you leave school, you have learned so many things about drug abuse, the consequences of drug abuse, what next? What will you do next? So that you're going to apply your trade.
What next? I can join, like, anywhere I find myself. I can also, even though there's no commissioned group that is supposed to be against club, like this drug-free club that is normally in secondary school. Let's say when I get to university, I will also look for any other association that is also against drug and join them. And also
now, for the purpose of enlightenment, students, parents, teachers, coordinators, Edo State government set up Edo State Drug Control Committee for so many purposes. One, to take care of you while you are still in school, and also take care of you while you are out of school. Now, what I'm telling you here is that when you leave school, if you have not had the opportunity of going to university straight, because as far as the Edo State government is concerned, there are drug-free clubs in our universities and polytechnics. But if you have not gone to school yet, in Edo State here, we have what we call a state drug-free club. You can be part of it. And as I'm talking to you now, we had the mandate to set up vanguards. Vanguard, that drug control vanguard. Who are the people that are qualified to be in this drug control vanguard? They are students like you that have just left school, so that you can continue to have a place to apply your trade. And one of the things we expect to do in a state drug control vanguard, to be able to get us the necessary information to be able to locate where we have these issues of drug, and also, when necessary, use minimum force to enforce certain rules and regulations. Especially in this country, it was told, and we are well aware, that the smoking in public places is banned, but it has no teeth. We want to believe that the drug control vanguard will give it teeth, and also to help us all to become drug educators and peer educators. Having so said, God choice, what would you tell fellow students concerning drug-free club?
I would like to tell you that they should have drug-free club. I would have to tell the proprietor or the principal of the school that drug-free club should be reinforced in their school so that it can enable students to stay away from drugs and advise students that the effect of drugs abuse to their body is very.
Since you joined drug-free club, academically, what will you say? Will you improve academically, or your grade going down?
No, sir, it's not going down. It says it strengthens it because the drug-free club is not only about teaching them about drug abuse. There's also the Christian aspect, the study aspect. They tell students that you must be strong in your studies as long as you are in this club. You must be excellent in your study because there's no way that you will say you are in drug-free club and you are having low grades. Your grades have to be high because you are not doing any other thing.
In drug-free club, may I reiterate, we expect members of drug-free club to be very, very hyper disciplined, peacemakers, those that help to direct the activities in the school. Drug-free club, like I mentioned, is a spark club. Our governor is very, very passionate about it. We should be able to use drug-free club to diagnose problems and situations, difficulties that are negative in our system. Having so said, my friend, Mr. Courage, and I say Mr. now, why are you to use Master? Master. Now tell us, what is the structure of drug-free club?
Structure of drug-free club, we are looking at reaching every school in those states, making the campaign or preaching.
No, I want you to look at the local structure first. Okay. How did you arrange drug-free club in your school? What is the structure in your school, the school you graduated from?
Okay, in my school, I was the president, so okay. Starting from myself, I became very disciplined after studying, knowing these effects of drug abuse, knowing what are these things that we must do and what we must not do in school. So I went further to gather other students who were also interested in fighting these fights against drug abuse, and we went down to the junior section.
Have you reported anybody on drug abuse or misusing drug to the appropriate authority in your school at one time or the other?
Yes, we did report. We had one report.
Yes, students in your school, if you find anybody, teachers, principal, vice principal, if you find anybody that is having problem with drugs, a drug abuser, is he a smoker, a drunkard, student, teacher, anyone in your environment, in the school environment, please report to the appropriate authority. Tell the coordinator of drug-free club in your school, tell the principal, and they know where to go from there. And if you are adults, you are listening to this program, I want to encourage you, if you have anybody that have drug problem, please, Edo State Drug Control Committee is in Government House, precisely the office of the Secretary, SSG, to the government. You can come and make a referral there to be able to help the person. And you can go to NDLEA. NDLEA is at Upper Sakomba Road, very close to that Park. Make report there. And you can go to NAFDAC. NAFDAC is just behind EBS here at Duawa. Go to NAFDAC, look for the state coordinator, tell them the matter, they will help you. You can also go to a psychiatric hospital, Uselu, to make report. So there are many, even lady pharmacists. Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria, you are free to make any of these reports. And if we are able to get the right referral, the right information, and those state government has promised, even at this program, that they will help. They will help that drug abuser. They will help that addict to come out of the situation. And one more place I want to also ask you to refer persons to is Rejoice Rehabilitation Center after 3 House in Upper Sakomba, the The president and founder comes here often at them, and we see experience today. So you have a lot of people to refer people to. You cannot tell us now that somebody has an issue, you don't know where to refer the person to. Having so said, my dear young ladies, Drug-Free Club is a super club. I want to ask you, at any time and point in your life, have you done drugs? Did you do drugs? Did you do drugs? You do drugs? I want to start with you. Who is a smoker?
We are all smokers.
Did you hear that? Can we have a little devolution into the reason why you give that answer?
But I say we are all smokers because at one point or the other we must have come across those that smoke. They take in, if it's 100%, they will take in about 70%, while we take in this 30%.
In effect, the issue of smoking is very difficult to say you are not a smoker, but if you at one time or the other come across somebody smoking and you inhale, automatically become a smoker. I want to announce to you dangerously, second-hand smoke is more dangerous than the original smoke. Having so said, I want to proceed to God's choice. So what shall we do as students to overcome, to do away with drug and its consequences in our education system?
First of all, I would like to talk about the consequences of drugs and abuse.
Very good. The floor is open.
Okay, the consequences of drugs abuse. Once you start abusing drugs, there are many things that are going to go wrong in your academics. First of all, you might, like when you take drugs, you don't pay attention in school again. When the teacher is lecturing you, you're either sleeping or you're misbehaving. Then your grades start dropping. And it also affects, it does not only affect you, it affects both your parents and everyone around you. Most of them stop talking in class, they become idle, they just take the drugs and start doing anyhow, behaving anyhow in school. And their grades start going down, and both their parents too. Nobody's going to be happy with that kind of low grade. So it has many effects in students. And for students to stay away from it, they should avoid bad company. And also parents, even their environment. People in our environment can make us start partaking in drugs abuse. So students should stay clear. All those people that send you on an errand, most students, they usually send them on an errand, like one take.
I've observed with carefulness that in some of the school environment, sometimes close to the gate, you see somebody selling either one small kiosk there, you see this kind of sachet alcohol, see tobacco, you see some of these things. Do you have such around your school?
Well, we don't have such around our school because the one we usually see is the one that they hawk it. That's always Agbo women, they call them Agbo women, they hawk it. So
the reason for asking, Drug-Free Club is an eye in every school for the government. So if you are listening to this program, watching this program, and you are a student, a teacher, and they are selling alcohol around the school premises, I'm not even talking about inside the school, close to the school premises, close to the school gate, please make it known to the school authority. The school authority know what to do so that that person will need to relocate. Thank you very much. We are so grateful that our children is talking to us. So what advice do you have for a student like you?
I will advise them that they should stay clear, stay away from hard drugs. Not only hard drugs, other things. They should not take too much drugs, or those normal drugs that they think is.
I'd like to finish on you. I want to quickly say something. One of the commonest things that is available around our premises are socially acceptable drugs.
yes.
And what are those? They want to listen. Want to hear. What are those socially acceptable drugs?
Like paracetamol.
Okay.
Yeah, most students they abuse it because it's not like, let's say they are having slight headache, they'll just go and take paracetamol because they want to cure that headache. Meanwhile, the drug was not needed to cure.
I'd like to pause you. Somehow, we have socially acceptable drugs. We have over-the-counter drugs. We have hard drugs. We have legal drugs, illegal drugs. And at this point in time, courage. You just left school after you were president for about a year or two. Those socially acceptable drugs, what are they? Who are they? Where are they? What is their names?
socially acceptable drugs. There are drugs. You go to occasion at times, they serve you cola nut, or they serve you bitter cola.
Exactly.
All those drugs, they are taken, but most people don't know that they are actually drugs.
More. I want to hear more of them.
They take it. Most people take it often so that.
No, I need to hear this neon again. I am talking about socially acceptable drug. Coffee.
Alcohol.
Yes, alcohol. Yes. That's it. No. Bitter cola. Okay. Whether bitter cola, white cola, blue cola, alcohol, coffee, tea, tobacco, they are all socially acceptable drugs, and they are all available in all social functions. But let me encourage you students. We are getting very close. We are already in Uber month. Celebration will soon start. I want to beg you, I want to ask of you, students watching and listening, those of you in the studio, please, during the holidays, don't blink. Don't do what? Don't blink. That one simply means don't taste. Don't have any reason to put alcohol in your mouth. It is not useful, it's not important. I must also say, we are here talking about particularly drug-free club. How have you benefited from drug-free club? Faith.
I've benefited by learning how to be disciplined.
Exactly, yes. It has made you disciplined.
Yes,
it has made you a very good leader. Yes. So you cannot see what the Edo State government is trying to do from the school system. We are not looking for people that talk about drug abuse, drug education. We are also building leaders. We are building leaders from within. So by the time we release these children that are members of drug-free club out, you'll see the society will change. So what do you have for the student? What will you tell the student concerning drug-free club?
I think that the club is really a good club. It's a great club. As you said, it's a super club. If you join, you are going to enjoy every aspect of the club. At least the club also teaches us both academically, spiritually, and everything. And I would say that students should try and encourage that, teachers should try and encourage that club in their schools. And students should also be encouraged to join any drug-free club.
In case you don't have drug-free club in your school, as I am speaking now, please connect. Every Tuesday we are here from 1 o'clock. You can come and see the presenter of this program. If you come here, you will see the presenter of this program, and you need to have a drug-free club in your school. That means we have not reached you. You can ask for the general manager of this station. You know how to connect you. Outside that, you can walk straight opposite here to NAFDAC office. You can go to other centers that I mentioned. They will connect you how to have drug-free club in your school. It is important that in every school that we have a drug-free club. Very, very important. So that we'll be able to use the opportunity of the learning, of the teaching, to educate both the parents and the children. I want to quickly send this message to the teachers. Teachers, the issue of drug-free club will not be left alone for the coordinators. All the teachers in the school, they are coordinators. I want to stop them. Now, Faith, what will you like to give as a message to your parents?
I would like to tell the easy advice for
Yes, a message.
I would like to tell them that they also in their place of work, they should also be able to stop drug abuse, because drug abuse is common among adults.
Faith has just raised an issue. In every office, advocacy awareness program is needed. So I am sending a message to offices here. We are coming. It is not just enough to tell the children not to say no to drug abuse, and then at home it's a different thing altogether. So parents, everybody should be involved. I think this program, by the grace of God, we are going to continue this program in this light, because the parents actually, we invited a very special guest, a woman, and a very special guest, a man, who have acted as parents, but like the role of parents today has been jettisoned, but God will help us. Now, what advice do you have for the school? The school.
And my advice to the school is that they should stop all these drugs abuse in school, because most students, there is even within the school that they carry out this drugs abuse. So I would advise schools that they should stop this drugs abuse. They should make more clubs that will tighten students so that they will not be idle, because idle morale, according to what they say idle man is the devil.
So what you are saying now is that there should be more of alternative programs.
Yes,
people
more
can use
to
their
keep
time
to keep students.
I think that is wonderful. Now, coming to you quickly, sir. What do you have for our state government? What advice? What do you expect? What do you want the government to do to make the drug-free club to be more effective? Because you have been there.
Well, my advice to the Edo State government, they have started already a zero tolerance against drug abuse,
Okay.
and also they should try and set up skill acquisition centers for those who just got out from drug abuse, who wants to be reintegrated into the society. Thank you.
It's like I don't want you to sort of forget. The governor, the wife of the governor of Edo State, Her Excellency, has taken drug program, saying no to drug abuse, has a paramount program in the front burner. So can we say kudos to the wife of the governor? Let all of us say, wife of governor, thank you for what you are doing. Just say, somebody say something. Wife of governor, thank you for what you are doing. We are ready to do more. There was a need, I visited one of the schools, there was a need. And the need was that we saw the wife of the governor giving t-shirts to people that attended the program of the football.
Yes.
And the student now make requests and said, we all the schools, all the drug-free clubs said, Mama, we want the t-shirt to. So this is a direct message to Her Excellency, Ms. Bessie Obaseki. Ms. Bessie Obaseki, Her Excellency, and the students, members of drug-free club, will help me to tell you at this point in time that they are very grateful for what you are doing, and they want the goodies, dividend of democracy, the beautiful thing you dole out during the female tournament, especially the t-shirt to read it, that the school authority has even given them approval to wear the t-shirt to schools on their meeting days. So we are very grateful, and we are looking forward to your ascension to this request. I have also said we want to be rounding up now. Courage, please send a message to the youth quickly.
Okay, I would say no to drug abuse. Drugs is bad. It could also be good depending on how you take it. So our society is more of drug abuse. So I would say youth should say no to drug abuse, because its effects is so diverse that it could even lead to economic.
Let's forget. There are so many other clubs in the school that are not even noted. They are not noted. These clubs are not noted. I don't want to mention some of them, but it's good that we see. We said in this program, drug abuse as a way of fueling criminal activities, courts, exam malpractice, and so on and so on. What would you like to say concerning? What's your view? What's your point? What would you want to say something concerning the relationship between drug abuse, courtesan, exam malpractice, secret court?
Well, what I would like to say is that because most people, before they commit crime, they don't do it with their clear eyes. Most of them may
Parents, students, do you hear that? Before they commit crime, they don't do it with their clear eyes. Yes?
Most of them may be under the influence of drugs. So once you have stopped that drug abuse, there will be no room for committing crime again. There's no way that you will say you want to vandalize school property or engage in one thing or the other.
Thank you very much. I will greet our parents from you, God choice.
Sir, I should.
Greet your parents. They are watching you. You think they are not watching you?
Okay, I'm I'm sending my greetings to all parents out there that are watching this program, that they should keep their children and allow them to stay away from drugs.
What do you have for the children at home?
I want to tell them that they should be careful of what they watch. They should limit what they watch, because most children, they learn from what they see. That's the best teacher. That's the best thing that they learn from what they watch on TV, because they are seeing lots of people smoking on television. Then they want to imitate them.
Well, those of you that are involved in adverts where your glamorous advertisement are deceptive, please be careful, because children are watching. What do you have for the youth at home?
For the youths,
especially those that have just left school.
For those that have just left school, I would say instead of staying home idle, not doing anything, because as my colleague here said, an idle mind is the devil's workshop. They should look for something doing, something creative.
So students, look for, those of you that have left school, look for something doing. I have also say we are very grateful today. I have with me God Choice. I also have with me Sister Faith. They are both from Baptist High School, and Courage is an student of Western Boys High School. And once again, my name is J. Ewe Osifo from Edo State Drug Control Committee. God bless you and thank you. See you next week.